So with the pin-up look, often the bottom lashes will be darker, using either eyeliner or mascara. I usually like to leave it without any of that, because by putting a dark line along the bottom of the eye, you're actually closing it off and making your eyes look smaller. So I usually like to extend a bit of the shimmer just under the eye along the lash line, and then go over it with a white liner just to make your eyes look a bit bigger. You can always use mascara or liner further down the eyelash, just where the sort of the rim is there. That just makes your eyes look a bit wider. So go ahead and just put a little bit along that lash line and into the corner there. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and do the shading. So next, I don't have any preferences to what kind of makeup you use. I think it's all down to general personal choice. I picked up this Lancome eye shadow thing in a gift pack when I got my perfume. You can use whatever colour. I usually go with this darker brown. I know brown is kind of dated a little bit, but I think, especially with blue eyes, it really makes your blue eyes come out. So I usually take a brush. I've never been taught this, it's just all down to personal preference. So then just use that brush with a bit of the brown there, maybe mix it in with a bit of the gold. And then what I do is I come from the middle of the brow, crease and just sort of dab that in, and then blend it a little with your finger. Make sure that comes right out the side there, and it'll give you a bit of extension that way. And just blending that in. And go ahead and do the other side. And again, just blending that in. Okay, so next we'll be doing an eyeliner with liquid eyeliner. I've got two. I usually use both, oddly enough. This one is the Face of Australia brand. It comes with a brush tip, whereas this one, which is the Rimmel, which is quite darker and a really nice black, that has a texture tip on it. So I use that for the main part of the eyeliner, and then use this one for the flick because it does taper off quite a bit more than this one. So first of all, I'll show you how to put this one on. Okay, so I usually just pull out slightly with the opposite hand. It's probably easier for you. And just sort of pull your eyelashes down slightly. If you've got extensions like me and you're scared of pulling them out, just softly. So push that one down, and then you want to go from where the eyelashes start and just gradually work your way along, making a nice smooth line. And I like to go straight out the side. A lot of people like to go down and then kick back up, but I find that closes your eyes in a bit more. So it's actually easier just to take it just outside the eye line and then just fill in where you've missed. Okay, so this is a tip that I picked up by myself. I find that it makes it look more defined. So if you see where your eyelashes are, a lot of that line hasn't continued into the lash line because you've actually got your eyelashes in the way. So what I like to do is actually just put a bit more on the brush and just sort of wiggle it in between your eyelashes, and it just fills in just that little bit more, just to give you a darker look. You can see if you look up this side, well, I haven't put the liner on this side yet, but you can see that it's quite sparse in there because of the eyelashes, whereas if you put it in there like that, you really do get it right in, and it does make it look darker. So go ahead and do the other side of that. I'll show you this one the whole way through in case you don't want to use two different liquid eyeliners. So you start right up here at the top again, and just little feathery strokes. Okay, so when you do get out towards the eye line, if you are going to do the cat eye kick, I usually take it straight out the side, and you'll find that it does taper off as it runs out anyway. But it's fairly easy just to get that little kick out the side there, and you can see that I haven't done it on this side, but I'll just even it up. Okay, so I've got that little bit of a kick on each side. Just to extend that, because I do really like that vintage look, you can exaggerate it, which is what I usually do. This one has a little brush tip. It's a lot finer than the other one. It's actually in a charcoal colour, so it's not as dark, which is why I like to use the other one. So you just go where that kick is, and you bring it right up. And then you've got that really pretty vintage kick. You can darken it in if you like. You can see I'm about to do it on this side. And it's not quite straight, so I'll just fix that up. I used to be really scared of doing cat eyes, and especially with false lashes. What you've got to remember is you can always do it again. It's not written in stone. You can always take it off or just go over the top of it. And once I realised that it's not completely final when you do it, there's a lot of the stress off, and it's easier to do it in the future. Okay, so there's the liquid eyeliner in. Right, so next I usually put mascara on. So I use an Extreme Lashes mascara because of my fake eyelashes, extensions I should say, because you need to use oil-free ones or they will fall out. The glue dissolves. So I have been using this one, but previous to that I use a Maybelline or L'Oreal. It really doesn't matter, it's just about what sort of effect you want to go for. Now the best tip I ever learned while putting mascara on is to wiggle it at the bottom and then on your way up. So I'm just wiggling it up. And I also like to blink a bit on them. I know it's not really a professional tip, but it's just, like I say, it comes down to personal preference. Okay, now because we're putting the false lashes on, it doesn't really matter so much about the first lot of mascara. It's just so that if there is any lack of blackness, that you won't see them when you do put the eyelashes on. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video.